Welcome back to Runner's Garden. Hey, I'm Jay, and I make videos about traditional Chinese characters in Pinyin alphabetical order. That's the romanization system that's used in mainland China and Taiwan. Last time we talked about Cheng, Cheng, and Cheng. No third tone. It was kind of a holiday episode, complete with costumes. We also had JC talking about his recent trip to ㄔAll Mountain, ㄔAll.
It's actually a mountain range in central southern Taiwan. The name ㄔAll most likely comes from Taiwanese indigenous languages, meaning ancestor mountain.
This time we're talking about Chi, 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 and Chi. It's spelled C-H-I in the Pinyin system. So it's not Chi. And it's also not like Tai Chi. In fact, it's not a Qi, it's Ji in Mandarin, Tai Chi Quan, or Qigong. That Qi, which is a softer Ch, is written Q-I. On this sign,
Qi Cheng.
They spell it C-H-I, but in Pinyin it should be Q-I. It's the old Wei Giles method of romanization. What's the difference in spelling? Well, the Pinyin system was only relatively recently established as the norm here. It was very political, by the way, with different political parties supporting different romanization systems. So if you have a company that was formed before the Pinyin system became official, then you're probably not going to change your name. And plus it's kind of a secondary thing, as you know, your characters wouldn't change, but the English romanization of your company name would probably not be a big deal. Sure, your tongue is back. It almost sounds like C-H-R. Sure. 13 characters today. Even though it's starting to get cool in Taiwan, it's still hot. I'm taking this off. The coffee today is from Starbucks Roastery in Tokyo. The roasteries are special. There's only 7 of them in the whole world. Knob Creek Bourbon Whiskey Barrel Aged Guatemala. Next level coffee.
The roasteries also serve as eateries, so it's a great lead into character number 1.
With a frequency level of 359, according to the most common character list of the Ministry of Education. This is first tone Chi. There's also compounds that mean to sustain, suffer, or stammer. 6 strokes, it's the same in simplified Chinese. It features on the left the mouth radical,
as does the character to drink.
So good. The right side of this character is qi, third tone qi, to beg, as in qi gai, beggar.
If we were out of food, we might end up doing the same thing.
The right side bottom kind of looks like a cobra, I think, ready to strike. If you're going for recognition, I think you'll get this, no problem. There's not another character that really looks like this that I've seen. But if you're going for writing, if you want to create a picture in your mind, maybe the right side strokes are similar to hands holding utensils, feeding a piece of food. It's that stroke coming down to the mouth. Some examples: 吃饭, eat. Perhaps you know that already, that fan is rice, but it can represent any food. 吃饭. 吃药, to take medicine. 吃苦, to suffer a hardship. 吃力, pretty much the same thing. Something tiring or strenuous. Literally eating your power. 吃香 is popular. Eating the good smells. 吃 has an alternate pronunciation of ji. Ko ji is a stammer or stutter. Another first tone chi is this one, as in bai chi or idiot. You know, friends would call each other idiots sometimes, or if you really want to start a fight with somebody, you would use that word. It's pretty commonly used. But the funny thing was, when I looked it up in ㄔAll, it showed this complicated character. My Far East 3000 dictionary, it shows the simplified and the traditional being the same. So I went upstairs to ask my wife, and I said, do you use this one or this one? She goes, I've seen this one. No, I don't usually write that word. So ask your students. I'll do that. I'll get back to you on that one. If we can get by with just using this one, I'd be really happy, because it's just the sick radical encompassing the zhi, which is arrow plus mouth.
This character in itself means to know, as in 我知道, I know.
Just had a graduating senior class, and I asked them about which character they would use. And I know they can write it because one girl wrote it on the board. And the word idiocracy came up in our book. So I had perfect time to ask the question about the Chinese character. Anyway, the boys all said that when writing that character, they choose the complicated one, and the girls all choose the easy one. And I said, why? Are you lazy? And the one girl said, yes. And I asked an adult female teacher, and she said she uses the easier one, but she knows how to write the complicated one. One teacher, who's actually sitting right over there, said that it depends on the situation. If it was a more formal writing, she would use the harder character. That makes sense.
That would be the sick radical with spoon and si, which is self or personal, over shi, a literary noun for arrow, and the pi radical, bolt of cloth.
Since I'm an idiot when it comes to these really complex ones, I think I'll stick with the simplified if I can.
白痴的痴, simplified but accepted in Taiwan, versus traditional.
On to second tone, ch. Ch. Do you notice I move my head up? I think it's a tendency of a lot of second language speakers to move their head in the direction of the tone. So, ch. Water on the left, and yeah. I did it again with my eyebrows. Yeah. On the right. Yeah means also. But in searching for this, it's also a literary or classical Chinese end particle, kind of like ba, right? It's after you make a statement that you're pretty sure of, or you're making a rhetorical question. This yeah is, besides meaning also, can have this function in classical Chinese grammar. This is an introduction to literary Chinese. It says yeah is a final nominal phrase, meaning that we're adding more context to a noun. But we're getting too deep here. Just a side note there, same and simplified. A pond, 池塘, for pond. Check out JC and my recent hike to ㄔAll West Peak. Or was it north? Right here. 游泳池, swimming pool. The pool, which is like only a kilometer away from my house. Still have a few hot days here in November. The swim cap is mandatory in pools in Taiwan. Speedos are optional, but when in Rome. Another second tone ch is support. 支持, support. 保持联络 is to keep in contact with somebody. 保持, maintain. It consists of, on the left side, you have the hand radical, and on the right side, you have the earth, dirt radical.
I've also seen the highly similar scholar radical in its place.
Over 寸, which is an inch, a unit of measurement.
Putting just those two components together, it's si, which is temple. If you ever want to know the difference between the Buddhist and the Taoist temples in Taiwan, take a look at the circled portion. The top 4 characters will be seen in the name of the temple if it's Buddhist, including the one we just went over, which is si. Whereas Taoist temples would include one of those 5 characters circled above. Placing our hand radical on the left, we get hold, support, maintain, second tone ch. This character also appears in the area of finance, for example with holdings.
9 strokes. This second tone ch
can also be pronounced shi as a 钥匙. 钥匙. Yeah, key. 汤匙 is a soup spoon. It's easy to remember the shi pronunciation of this because the character is made up of the left shi, which means is, and the spoon radical on the right. Two more second tone chers. One, chers. I like to pluralize Chinese by adding s. My wife and I do that all the time. Second tone ch has the, what does it mean? It means swift. Left side is kind of a signific helper, the horse. Horses can run pretty fast. And on the right is also ye, which we talked about before, meaning also. So horse also means swift. A 4-character expression, 远近驰名, means known far and wide. 远近驰名. You should be making 13 strokes for the traditional and only 6 strokes in the simplified because the horse gets simplified drastically. All those little dian get replaced by just a line. And the head is like a box. The head of the horse. The horse came from a pictograph. Our final second tone ch is 迟到, to be late. You have the walking radical on the left and the character for rhinoceros on the right. So a walking rhinoceros might remind you that the meaning is slow. And if you're slow, you would be late. But a running rhinoceros, on the other hand, can you imagine that? A 4,000-pound beast running at you at 30 miles an hour. How do we make the rhino component? There is a corpse radical on the top, which to me looks like a hatchet or a hammer, which could create a corpse, right? And then water. Rhinoceros often go in the water, so maybe that's helpful. The character niu for cow or bull under that. So let's see that one more time. We have the walking radical on the left and the rhino on the right. That is corpse over water over cow or bull, meaning late. You can say 对不起，我迟到了. Sorry, I'm late. If you're still with me, I'd really appreciate a like. It helps in my motivation to push through these traditional characters. Third tone, 迟. This one's only a few strokes. 迟, as in 尺寸 or size. 台尺 is a Taiwanese foot. It's 1/3 of a meter. At BaGua Mountain behind the Buddha, there's I think it's a Taoist temple actually, because there's all these gods that you don't see in the Buddhist ones. In the front area, as soon as you enter on the left, there's a 10 Tai Chi tall sword, and it's really heavy. It's supported upright, and there's a little description on it. I think if you can pick it up, you get good luck. I actually hurt myself. I hurt a tendon in my wrist one year, and I tried to pick that up. I think I was showing off. It is the 10 Tai Chi high sword, which was supposed to be wielded by one of the mythical gods. It's, in my estimation, roughly 10 feet tall. 英尺 is the Western foot. 公尺 is meter. 得寸进尺, give somebody an inch, they'll take a foot. But we say, give somebody an inch, they'll take a mile. Also used in the word for a ruler to measure. The character does look like a capital R for ruler. Here's another third tone, 尺. Fairly simple in terms of strokes. I just asked one of my students sitting up here about this one, and she used the example 羞耻, which means to be kind of embarrassed about something. For traditional, it's this component. And here it is on a local sign, R, with 心, which means heart. But in simplified, we replace the heart with 止, which means stop or prohibit. They're both 10 strokes. They just want to be different. Examples, 可耻, shameful. 无耻,
also means shameful or shameless, brazen. One more fairly common 齿 is tooth, as in 牙齿 on the top.
止, which means stop or prohibit.
Which we were just talking about in the last character. It's like 正 without the top stroke. And then there are 4 人 or people, but the top 2 and the bottom 2 of those are divided by a horizontal stroke, and then it's enclosed. If you're trying to write this, like maybe you can see the 人 as little teeth inside a mouth. In simplified, you have the same top particle, and then you only have 1 人 instead of 4 in the middle of the bottom component. This next one reminds me of a gene, which is a weight measurement. 4th tone, 吃, and it means to repel, scold, exclude. Only 5 strokes in simplified and traditional. So you have 1, 2, and then you make a 下. 下 means to go down. Heard 排斥 before, to repel or reject. This 赤 means red. My literary Chinese book has 赤帝, red heavenly emperor. Or bare, as in like naked. 赤脚 or 赤手 is bare foot or bare hand. 赤诚, sincerity. 赤道, equator. On top we have 土, the earth radical.
Under the 2, Pleco describes it as a split 8 or ba character with a downward pie and a hook stroke. Between the ba, image from Wikimedia.
7 strokes, and it's the same in simplified. Another side note, this component twice with the mouth radical in front is 吓, as in 吓到.
搞我错这idea in Taiwanese.
吓一跳, to be scared. So you'll see this again. 4th tone 翅, and this is the 3rd time I sing this song. 变成翅膀守护你, turn into wings to protect you. Pretty popular song. It looks similar on the left to the walking radical, but this walking person seems to have wider hips.
That's actually 知, but with a longer stroke to kind of underline the feathers component.
And it looks like they're walking into actual wings, which is the meaning of this character. There's two wings.
By itself, feather or plume. 鸡翅, chicken wings on this sign, 6 for 100 NT, I think it was.
10 strokes, same and simplified. Why I go in alphabetical order is because there's like shared components for sound forms, and sometimes when you know one major component, you can just change the radical and it'll be pronounced the same or almost the same with a different tone. But this time with 吃, and 吃, we don't have that. So we just have 13 characters that don't look alike. It started. So we have 吃饭的吃, 牙齿的齿, 吃到的吃, late, and 汤匙, spoon.
吃,
the one that means red, and oh no, 池, pond. That scares me. I couldn't think of 白痴的吃, 保持, to support. The one that means to go swiftly or fleet, 持, with the horse radical. 持, the unit of measurement, 尺寸. 持, shame, disgrace, humiliation. 斥, to scold, repel, or exclude. Did I also not get 翅膀? I'm not gonna sing again. Now I go quite quickly through these characters, so I highly recommend that you go back and watch the segments that you need to watch to get these characters. And another thing I suggest is having a notebook beside you where when I'm speaking nonsense, when I'm walking on the road, pointing things out, that you just keep writing the character that we're on continually as I'm talking you through it. Might help. Best of luck in your studies, and I'll see you next time. Our next video will be Chong, and Chong. tone, no fourth tone. Runner's Garden signing off.